Welcome back to Dee's Divine Tarot. Remember, this message is timeless, so as always, whenever you receive it, it will be beneficial for you in that moment. We're beginning with the Whispers of Lord Ganesha. The first card out is Concentration. And that's speaking on focusing on your work, whatever that may be, focusing your energy even, just knowing that you are at nearing the end of the cycle of whatever you need and to gain from being able to hone in on that focus and really pay attention to what you need. The next card out is Cultivation. You see the 37 together, that makes a 10. This is all about doing what you love creatively or artistically, and again, focusing and using that concentration from the card before on your ultimate goal or vision and destiny. For most, this may be actually something to do with musical talents. For others, it may be lyrical in the form of poetry, writing, even oracle or spoken word, or even just speaking in general. It could also be in writing a book or putting your works together in the form of a collection, some form of collection. You will have an audience and you will be appreciated. And I'm also feeling that it may be that you're a teacher for very few of you. Whatever it is, you will gain knowledge or wisdom and also speak and be able to spread your knowledge and wisdom once you complete your training. The next card out is Understanding, and you will gain ultimate understanding. It will be stable as well, with the 13 reducing to a 4 and foundational. So the knowledge and wisdom that you gain will allow you to build on that solid foundation. You need to take the time to reflect and look deep within to gain further understanding of your divine path and what it is that you are supposed to fulfill here on this earth. You see the reality within, and so it's like the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So the eye is the gateway to the soul. So take your time and take time to even look in the mirror at your own reflection and do some meditation with this. You can scry into a black mirror or utilize a mirror in general for mirror magic to meditate, as I said, and manifest and connect with spirit to receive further understanding or guidance. In the bottom of the deck energy is Generosity, and there's that 10 again. You'll have plenty to give or an offer, so don't hold back. By the law of karma, you reap what you sow. So therefore, if you give generously, you will, and wholeheartedly, you then will reap the benefits and continually have more to give tenfold. So just remember that. You set out on that spiritual quest. Take that leap of faith. You will be stable. You have to have the drive and the motivation and determination to keep going, even at your weakest moments or the toughest times. For some of you, this is saying you must have the inner drive and perseverance, as I just mentioned, which is one of Ganesha's strengths, and what is it symbolizes the missing right tusk, right? For majority of you, this is referring to literal or physical movement, whether regarding your actual spiritual journey and leveling up, reaching higher vibrations, or changing physical locations as far as moving to a different city or town or state or even country. Um, Regardless, it's if you look at the mouse on the right, it's looking up, and that's that's where I get the leveling up as far as on your spiritual journey. And the other one is focus forward. So that's, lateral or actual change in scenery. Either way, you're on the move. And you're changing with the five energy that the one and the four reduces to. You will be stable in that four there, behind the energy of the four in this move, whichever direction you're going, whether spiritual or physical. And this oracle is reminding you to take time to relax once you're doing all this stuff, right? To get to the point of either leveling up or even changing scenery as far as location. So once you reach your destination, like I said, whether that's physical or higher vibration, you will be grounded or stable with the four energy in the beginning. And any number with nine is simply that number. So that just reiterates how stable you will be once you reach your destiny. So you have nothing to worry about and you truly will be solid, but you will need to remember to relax and recharge, woosah. And it kind of reminds me and brings to mind the whole escape energy. So, just kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to Ganesha's beat. Just kick it. Just kick it. Just kick it. So don't forget that, Please relax. That's the most important. You have to recharge. You have to get back to that grounded energy or you won't have anything to give. Remember that. That's the overall energy, the generosity. And that's the place that you want to be in because that's what brings back that overall happiness and gratitude. And that's the energy that you want to remain in because that's how things flow. That's how you manifest quicker. And that's just divine. It's why wouldn't you want to be happy? We've all been there, rock bottom, in a time where we've just been overloaded and overwhelmed and just feeling blah. So this is reminding you just to always remember, just chill, just kick it. Moving on to the legacy of the divine tarot. Immediately when I split the deck, you see the Empress. That's bright new beginnings, yo. Birthing great creations. Excellent energy to start. You and the star. Make your wish, baby. Make it happen, Captain. Nine of Wands, you are at the end, nearing the end of that burdensome cycle, y'all. We're coming out of that worry, that depression. So let's get it. Immediately out, we see the Three of Swords. Looks like it wanted to come out in reverse. And with it coming out under concentration, it's telling me that you are healed. And you shouldn't have any concern in dealing with that heartbreak energy, really, or the third party situation, whatever it could possibly be. And that could be anything, of course, not just a necessarily a person, right? But you've come out of that depressive state, as I just said. So just remember to focus on not going back to that. You know what it took to get out of it. Focus on keeping your energy clear so that you can continue onward on your journey or your quest, right? Um, and cultivate what you are destined to fulfill. So we have the magician that came out underneath cultivate. And with the magician coming out, clarifying cultivation, you will have no problem doing just that. The magician exemplifies the word to a T, because you utilize all the tools you have in your entourage, in your bag, to create or cultivate your beauty in your reality. And you are a master manifester, a co creator of your destiny or your reality. So you are on your way to bright new beginnings, with it being the one. With the King of Swords energy, you stand firm in honesty and truth, and you are strong and absolutely clear with your communication and thought process. You're definitely way past that depressive Three of Swords energy that's in your past. And with this falling underneath understanding, it tells me you have definitely gained or will gain mental clarity. Now, the Four of Wands is what you want to see. It's this beautiful energy, stable, guiding light coming straight from the divine. You have come from the fiery pits of heartbreak, hell, and are standing solid on your foundation, shining bright and celebrating your guiding light. You're so full of love and light that your cup runneth over with the stream of emotions spilling over to simmer down the fiery pits of hell beneath. So this is beautiful. This is what you want to see. So you should celebrate. Be proud of how far you've come, where you've come from, and be proud and grateful for the newfound energy that you have, the passion that you have, the foundation that you've built for yourself. And don't let anything or anyone deter you from that or send you back, like I said, to that depressive state. That's in your past, so leave it there. So several have come out, and since they all came out in reverse, I was making sure that the deck wasn't upside down, which it was not. The death card is not completely reversed, so I feel like the transformation of coming out of this immature energy of the Page of Wands and coins, Page of Coins, is not necessarily complete. Um, I feel like with the Death card coming out more so sideways, that it symbolizes your transformation process of stepping into your full magician energy is on pause at the moment, at least until you come into the more mature energy that you will advance towards with the Knight of Wands, and um, and move towards a better, more lucrative offer with the Knight of Coins, right? So you progress or advance into a more mature energy like the Queen or the King of either court. And yeah, these two young ladies are indeed young, but with them both coming out in reverse, I feel that they're in fact mature. I mean, because they're holding onto their wand and coin respectively. I mean, so Spirit is saying they are young, but they are strong to me. Um, some of you may be young in age for what you do, but I always say age ain't nothing but a number. And no, I'm not trying to quote my girl Aaliyah. I mean, I am, but not in that way. So may she still continue to slay with her grace. God love her. But yeah, so it's not in the sexual way or connotation behind the song. But the message resonates with me in that it can go either way. As far as I always say, you're only as young or old as you feel. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's like this. You can be an 80 to 90-year old, but still be out here slaying like a 30 to 40-year old, right? And on the flip side of that same token, some 30, 40 year olds walk around here doubled over and in, seemingly worse shape than some 80, 90 year olds. So it could go either way. It's just all in how you feel, how your spirit feels, and your soul vibes, right? So, y'all understand what I'm trying to say. So ultimately, age ain't nothing but a number, and throwing down ain't nothing but a thing, because you can still slay in that way, like I mentioned previously. So get your heads out of the gutter and focus on cultivating better. And with the page of coins being in reverse, I'm also feeling like spirit is telling me to advise you to just be careful of that devilish kind of lustful energy of money. You can't cling to it, because money is meant to flow. It's not called currency for nothing, right? Current is a flow of energy, right? So it's meant to come in and out. Just remember the law of karma. You reap what you sow, you get what you give. So look at there. Speaking of, this wheel is turning in your favor. Thank you, God. So we will be gracefully coming out of this transformation, releasing what is currently blocking us and turning things around for our greater good. So we are Xing out the past negative energy and blockages, just like we were just talking about with the reversal of the page of wands and coins. Those are blockages. So we're releasing them, or you will be going through the process of releasing them. So this is a great sign, and this will enable us to gain mental clarity as it falls under understanding. So we will gain a deeper understanding and more knowledge and wisdom. Remember, the bottom of the deck energy for Ganesha is generosity. So spirit will be generous in giving us this blessing. So just be ready and open to receive. This is amazing energy. The bottom of the deck energy is the Seven of Swords. So although this is generally a sneaky, kind of deceitful type of energy, as you see, he looks like he's trying to sneak out the back door, kind of. I feel like Spirit is saying you may have to be selective or kind of secretive with some of your moves, because not everyone needs to know your plans and what you're doing. Your visions are for you and not meant for everyone to understand. So I feel it is also advising you to just be aware of deceitful, lying type of energies around you from others. And don't allow anyone to pull the wool over your eyes. With um, the number seven spirit is calling you to use your knowledge, your wisdom, and intuition in discerning who's for you and who's not. And out of those who need to get ghost, I mean, cut them with those swords. So you see, he left two swords and are taking the remaining five of swords energy with him to fight for what's his. So birds may also be a spirit guide for many of you, and take that into consideration, especially this seeming to be the nighttime. Owls are prominent at night, and that is a sign of not, knowledge, wisdom, kind of intuition. So, take what resonates and leave the rest. The Fool looks like it wants to come out in reverse, but if nothing else, it coming out sideways kind of reminds me of the Hangman energy of sorts. Basically saying to me that we need not be foolish, but instead be patient or wise. And with the Five of Wands coming in reverse and kind of crossing over the Fool energy, it's telling me that with this patience and wisdom, that we need to learn to work together in harmony. Because generally, upright, the Five of Wands energy is conflict, turmoil, whether it's inner conflict or outward, physical, somebody else around you. Either way, it's not a good energy. It's a lot going on, as you see in that card. But in reverse, it's more so, to me, the feel of harmony and being able to work together and be a unit and be cohesive. So that's kind of what I feel Spirit is trying to allow us to see, because that harmony falls under um, cultivation. So, it's kind of telling me to leave the previous deceitful, lying energy and get back to your stable foundation in the Four of Wands. And look how beautiful that is. That's how you find that harmony. That's how you get back in balance. You have to go into that high priestess energy. Like, she's, that third eye is popping. She know what it is. She knows the truth. She has it. I mean, it's in the palm of her hands, literally. The plan, the map out to know how to be a more harmonized, cohesive unit within yourself, to be able to discern and use your intuition to know, again, like I said before, what's for you and what's not, who's for you and who's not, what you need to cut, and not be a fool, not be caught up in being lied to, or even lying to yourself. Because sometimes we get caught up in trying to appease everyone else, that we are not staying true to what we know. And so with the high priestess falling under understanding, that's no coincidence, y'all. That's how you gain that higher knowledge and wisdom and deeper understanding. In the bottom of the deck, well, look at there, the Ace of Wands. That's all about brand new beginnings with communication and thought processes. So, like I said, you are now renewed with the one. Again, birds, specifically eagles in this case, are coming through as spirit guides for most. And there's no coincidence that there's four of them on this card, because the eagle represents the importance of honesty and truth principles. And with it coming on the Ace of Swords, that's like double, triple confirmation. So you are grounded and more stable in your truth with the four eagles and that four energy. You ain't got a lie, Craig. With that previous Seven of Swords energy that was at the bottom of the deck at the end of row 2 of the tarot. And so the eagle also stands for power, freedom, and liberty to just move ahead, to go move in spirit and in truth. And as a spirit animal, you are focused, adventurous, vibrant, and as I said before, grounded. And that's double confirmation with that four of energy, and being four of them on this card, there's no accident. They also indicate the arrival of golden opportunities and positive change. So that's a great thing. That's again confirmation with the wheel turning in our favor. In the background of the card itself, so the eagles also represent a divine connection with spirit. And the purple in the medallion in the center of the sword, and the silk scarf that's wrapped around the handle of the sword, signify enlightenment, grounded, stable, supportive energy. So that's a bonus, y'all. I love it. So be honest and true in your passion and stand firm with the Queen of Wands. And you've reached the end of this burdensome cycle with the Ten of Wands. So you can lay those burdens down. Here again, you have the Seven of Swords Many of you need to clear your energies or aura and move the hell on. Like, start cutting folks shit off. Release it. Stop holding on to it, because it's they, he, she, whatever it is, are blocking you in your progression on your path. So you will have to remove it, and renew the love to where your cup runneth over with that Ace of Cups. So it's deep, y'all. That cup is at the bottom of the ocean. So you will have new love once you release all that negativity. And then you will be strong. Swiftly move with the communication and on your path. You may have to go inside, of course, again with that high priestess energy, both of them. But you will be balanced. You receive that reciprocity, equal give and take, because you reap what you sow. Beautiful. So I decided to clarify a few cards for a more clear understanding as to why they show up like they do within the reading. And just for a better or clearer insight, I'm using what I call my little World Peace deck that I acquired during a Sister City exchange trip back in middle school. And as I reflect on my journey, I realize now that the trip was destined for me, and I am forever grateful, just very, very grateful. I learned and absorbed tons of information, and I have plans of returning and linking up with my Soul Tribe family there. So if you're out there watching, just know I'm coming. I know you have already received my messages, and just so you know, I do not acknowledge or read reversals with this deck, just FYI. So beginning with the Three of Swords, let's see what comes out. We have several that come out. The Jack or the Knave of Diamonds, which is coins or pinnacles, for those of you who don't know. The Six of Hearts or Cups in the traditional deck. The Ten of Spades or Swords. And the Five of Cups or Hearts again. So off the rip, with the Jack or Knave of Diamonds actually flipping, I strongly feel the double confirmation to the Page of Coins in reverse that flipped previously in the tarot. Because playing card decks don't really acknowledge all of the courts, or each, all of the courts in each suit, I feel the Jack or Knave of each suit are like a combo of the Knight and the Page, right? Which is likely where, quote, knave, end quote, came from. And that's only my opinion, but Spirit is telling me that this knave is a combo of the immature Page of Coins, who can be kind of careless with spending or managing money or material wealth. And so this may or can cause some of the heartache, because we all know, I mean, statistics show that when one is not balanced or stable within, it usually outwardly manifests as issues with finances, which is the leading foundational cause of majority of divorces. It's even leading over infidelity, which is, I don't know, it's just crazy and baffling to me. But many people will take their partner back over and over and over again, even after being cheated on and disrespected. But when it comes to money, baby, it's a totally different issue. So the third party situation doesn't necessarily have to be a person. And I'm feeling honestly that it's more so to do with, the financial, material aspects, and more so like the mental, like what you have even caused to block yourself from receiving that flow. Because again, like I said, you have to be in harmony within for everything to flow like it's supposed to outward, right? So that Third of Sword energy can be anything. And in this case, like I said, I feel it has to do with your relationship with money, because you're somewhat maturing emotionally if you look at the synchronicity between the 5 and 6 of cups, or hearts, excuse me. Cups, same thing in traditional and tarot, but that's at least a step up. So you're going from the 5 to the 6. So you're gradually making that progress, and you are slowly coming out of it, and that cycle, and gaining your ground with that 10 of spades or swords, which is a good thing. So with the 5 of cups or hearts, you're no longer crying over spilled milk, because you're going from the 5 to the 6. So you're not crying over, or not no longer being mismanaging your funds, right? You're completing that cycle of self-sabotage, as I said, with the 10 of spades. And now you're realizing what you need to do to get back to your inner peace, your love, that childhood nostalgia, and the 6 of hearts, and what's making you happy. You're realizing that, and that's what will fulfill you with that 6 of hearts energy again. So the next one we will clarify is the Fool, especially since it, kind of wanted to come out reverse, but came out sideways, whatever. So we're going to see what's up with that. We get the 6 of diamonds. And this perfectly clarifies what I was just saying regarding balancing your finances. And the fact that it came out, you see, it kind of reminds me of a scale. So it's balanced, right? So I feel Spirit is saying take a risk with your investment, especially in a positive manner. And just remember, you will receive reciprocity. Um, you will have that equal give and take, that you seek. You will be balanced. Just remember to let go, let go, and move away from that immature Page of Coins energy. Don't be stingy, self-critical, and negative. You got to let that go, because that blocks the flow of your finances. And that's what's been blocking, I feel, the complete transformation, with the Death card kind of coming out sideways earlier. And it may explain why money isn't, or hasn't been, flowing like you would have liked. So as I said before, money it's currency. It's meant to flow. It's meant to, it's cyclical, just like everything else in the universe. So it comes and goes, and you just have to figure out how to manage it and make it work for you, so that you can then make it work for someone else, and thereby continuing the flow. Always remember the law of karma. You reap what you sow. It's give and take, that reciprocity again. Now, moving on to this group of reversals or blockages that we must get rid of. Wow, look at that. And that's no coincidence that the 7 of spades or swords came out like it does. First off, it's immediately double confirmation to us receiving that bottom of the deck energy after the second row of the tarot earlier. And with the way that it came out, and the 2 swords at the top pointing to the reverse row, um, I feel like Spirit is saying for you to focus on your attention on cutting out that energy, and taking your remaining 5 swords and removing those negative self-sabotaging thought processes or energies and blockages, and just fight for what you know is right and more beneficial to you. So just cut out the bullshit. Like, it's also triple confirmation that this card falls right over the 5 of wands in reverse, because by you cutting this 7 of spades or swords energy and removing those blockages, is how you will be able to work in harmony and balance yourself and cultivate what it is you're meant to create. So that is absolutely beautiful to me. Wow. See, so Spirit, they don't be playing, y'all. I can't make this up and do this. If I try. Okay, let's break this down. So the 2 of diamonds, or coins and pentacles in the traditional tarot, as mentioned before, is all about balance. And of course, coins or pentacle energy mainly speaks of physical material wealth, but I feel in this case it's speaking a little more internal as far as balancing the feminine and masculine energies within you so that you can be in harmony and so that you can grow and mature from the negative energy and what's blocking you, as we've already discussed. So they're really reiterating this point in case you haven't picked up what they've been putting down, literally throwing down at us. Um, with the nine of spades, you're nearing the end of this negative mindset, and you've done, like, you fed up, you're done with all that negative thinking, the negative mindset, and all that energy surrounding you. So you're ending the cycle and are coming into balance. Remember, you got to get out of your head. Like, this is a whole bunch of mental, like, just thinking. You don't want to allow ego to self-sabotage you anymore. So the 5 and 6 of cups or hearts, you're gaining and coming into that more mental clarity, emotional balance, and mental clarity, and moving towards the King of Swords energy, which is in your potential future. So again, another 9 is a double confirmation of nearing the end of your transformation from this energy. Except this time it's even more promising because it's diamond energy. And the 9 of diamonds is all about your personal financial independence. You're growing and moving on to the next phase, which is very, very good. It's a very good sign. Now, with the 3 of hearts, it can be read in different ways, but I'm feeling strongly that it has to do with you coming into emotional balance, like I mentioned before, with that 5 and 6 of cups energy, moving from the 5 to the 6 of cups. And the fact that that it came out like it did again, it looks like the scales, just like the 6 of pentacles, it's balanced. You're evening out. So I feel like you're balancing mind, body, and spirit. You're harmonizing within yourself, which is beautiful, because that's what you need in order to reach this greater understanding. And looking at the bottom of the deck energy and the Queen of Diamonds, y'all, this is like heaven. Like, you're mature, you just get it, honey. Like, she is absolutely solid with her 4 diamonds in the middle of that pentacle. You can't tell her nothing. You are gaining that understanding of how to balance yourself and stay solid and grounded and keep your financial interests flowing. Like, that is amazing. So go on and get it then. So now we're going to clarify the 5 of Wands, which came out in reverse. And don't feel like it needs to be clarified because I feel like Spirit has explained it very well, but they're telling me to do so just for those of you who still haven't gotten it. So here we go. Why do we have the 5 of Wands reverse, Spirit? What are we to gain or understand? Okay, so we have several, and we have the King of Spades, the 4 of Diamonds, the Joker, which is the Fool in this deck, and the 5 of Spades. Yeah, okay. So again, like previously mentioned, we got double, triple confirmation that we are on the right path. We're moving from right to left, as I explained, and beginning with the 5 of Spades. It's reminding us to fight for what's right and true. Change your mental focus and stop being foolish with your thinking. Like, you can be stingy and guarded, and that's not okay with that 4 of Diamonds energy. You don't want to do that. Like, you will be stable with financially because it's a 4, but just remember, you want money to flow, so don't be so guarded and stingy. And remember, the overall energy from Ganesha is generosity. Like, you got to be generous in your giving. Just remember that what you give is what you get, so it'll all come back to you. You can't be selfish with it though, because that will block the flow. So finally, the King of Spades is like quadruple confirmation, because we are moving into that energy in the potential future already with this same King of Swords, clarifying that wonderful knowledge and wisdom that we will gain from our understanding. So this is amazing, and I'm loving this. Just again, drop that stinginess at the door. Let's no longer be foolish in a negative way, but make calculated risk that will bring balance and reciprocity. And just fight for what you know is true and dear to your heart, and thereby keeping you in harmony with spirit and allowing you to cultivate greatness, because that's what we're after. Yes, 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 yes. Because the overall bottom of the deck energy is stability, like mental stability. You can rest your mind knowing that everything works out for your good always. It's all about your perspective. Always try to look a, at a situation like this. Like, ask yourself or ask spirit, what am I supposed to learn or gain in any situation? Not even in a selfish way of receiving, but because, like I always say, there's always a blessing in every lesson. Remember that. There's a blessing in every lesson. You yourself choose to categorize it as good or bad. But why is that? Like, that really baffles me, and I've had to contemplate and meditate on it like long and hard. Like, whoever made you believe that anything is bad? Where did that word even come from? Like, seriously, think long and hard about that and start there with changing your innate beliefs. No thing is inherently bad. That's bullshit. It's your thoughts and so-called beliefs that manipulate your ego into thinking it's bad. If you learn to change your mindset and perspective, you will come to understand, which further confirms that understanding oracle that we receive from Ganesha, right? But you will come to understand that everything literally works out for your good, to make you better, to help you grow, and to nourish your soul. That's it. That's it. That's all. So, explore your options. You have options with this Seven of Hearts. Lay your burdens down again. You have ended or completed this cycle. Look at that renewed love. A bright new beginning of emotional satisfaction. How many times do you need to see that Ace of Cups? I'll see it all day. I love that energy. I do. Now we will get some guidance from our karma angels. And I have to be honest with you and say I'm still feeling my way through this deck because it is new to me and I don't use it often. So I may have to refer to the guidebook if needed for clarification. But I first like to go with my connection to source and what my angels, ancestors, and guides give me through insight. That being said, as soon as I split the deck, right off the bat, we get Angel Velia. We're going through a change, and with Archangel Ariel coming through again, helping us to see this change, go through this change, and cutting out what isn't meant for us, and breaking us free from bondage, breaking those chains or blockages, and freeing us from captivity so that we can think outside the box. Some of you may want to scry to the clouds and ask for this guidance or help. Now we are free to fly in the world of abundance. So this goes back to the generosity. You will be generous in receiving and, of course, giving and offering. So you will receive it tenfold. Your well will never run dry. So what are the final messages of guidance that you have for us, Spirit? What do we need to know to grow? Okay, so we got exactly 3, which is all we need. That's great. So first out is Jessalel. And I'm feeling this is speaking on the need for internal healing and spiritual rejuvenation. You receive nourishment from the divine. Accept it because it is eternal energy with that number 8. Some of you may seriously benefit from herbal or holistic healing, maybe even some Reiki therapy, which I provide. If you want to contact me, you can reach me on any of my social media platforms, as well as email me at dsdivinity@gmail.com. The 3's for E's and 1's for I's. So you may be, since Many of you may be pale and even a little frail, which can signify that you're lacking certain nutrients. But I get a sense that you may lack self-confidence or self-esteem, or you lack support, and you may even have been dealing with some depression, anxiety even, but I see more so on the depressive end, or like I said, lack of self-worth even. So you can really use some heart chakra work and healing, as well as the lower three chakras, specifically your root and solar plexus is coming through with the red and the yellows. Um, but obviously they go in orderly fashion for a reason, right? So you kind of can't get to the middle without going through the bottom. So start with just meditation and work on those chakras. Remember, the divine loves order and synchronicity, which is how they communicate with and through us. So work on getting grounded first, again, starting with the root chakra. And then, that's first and foremost. And once you do that, like you can even, with meditation or getting grounded, you can even get out in nature. Go out barefoot, go tree hugging. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, that is very therapeutic. I never understood it until I did it. So try it. Like, keep an open mind and don't be so closed off. Um, and again, so self-critical, or trying to worry about what everybody else is thinking. Like, who gives a flying flip? But anyway, I'm not trying to go out on a tangent, but really hone in, take time to meditate. Start with just 30 seconds, then work your way up as you get comfortable and used to it. But you need to find a time and place to connect to source, because that's where you get rejuvenated, re-energized, renewed, revitalized. And then work your way up, as I said before, to clear blockages from starting at the root, then the sacral, and then your solar plexus, and moving into that heart chakra. So next we have Sachiel, and if I'm saying these names wrong, I do apologize, but this is how I say it. So this is all about that Jupiter energy of expansion, whether it's wealth, prosperity, abundance, what have you. You're expanding your empire, your kingdom. That can be even within yourself. You see the angels saying and showing you that the only way to go from here is up. We've been in that depressive, that weak energy. We're on our way up, y'all. So you've been in that depressive rock bottom energy for long enough, and now it's time for you to take the knowledge and wisdom that you have gained or will gain from your deeper understanding and reflecting within yourself, and use it to move from the 7 to the 8 and expand your kingdom for eternity. With the blue, I'm feeling you will gain great inner peace throughout this process, as you come to understand yourself and love yourself, and you will begin to speak from a place of serenity and absolute mental clarity. And finally, we have Saya, who is all about your overall health or healing. This angel is speaking on you making sure that you take very good care of yourself, and advising you not to spread yourself too thin. Just make sure you keep your energy in balance. That's mind, body, and soul, with the three little mini me's or replicas there. You see the two in the back are kind of covering and protecting the one in the forefront, but they all assist one another. So that's harmony, and it takes you being in complete harmony to fully get the job done at your highest potential. With that pink and green or teal-ish kind of cloak around the angel, I feel you need to really focus on keeping your heart chakra balanced, as previously stated, keeping it cleansed and free from blockages, so that the gateway to your soul is open and free flowing. And that's double, triple, quadruple confirmation that you are moving on your divine path and in divine order, because you go from the 6 to the 7 with Sachiel to the 8 with Jezalel. And finally, the bottom of the deck energy is Asalia. Always remember you are divinely protected on your journey. You have nothing to fear, nothing at all. You will have focus as long as you stay connected to source. That's your protection. You will also have folks behind your back speaking on your name. I mean, that's just part of it, but it's okay. It's okay because they really, honestly and truly are only envious of the fire, the desire, the passion that you possess. And they really wish that they could be you or do it like you, but no one will ever, ever stop your shine. Like, they won't be able to. And they don't have the vibe that you have. They don't have your light. This is what makes you unique. This is not to speak negatively on anyone else, but if people just learn and understand we are all connected, but made differently for a reason. Everyone has a place and a purpose. It is your duty to figure out your life's purpose while you are here on this earth and fulfill your destiny before it's time for you to transform to the next phase. And then, mission completa. Like the little Einsteins, right? The mission complete. Along the way, though, you are meant to help others, like help them make themselves better and continue to spread your love and light so that everything will be all right, like I always say. And that's the ultimate goal. I feel that that's what makes the world a better place. And to my fellow light workers, y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, our individual missions may be different, but the overall objective remains the same. Spread love and light. Don't ever, ever forget that. I personally don't care too much for the face of the sun on this card, but to me it symbolizes focused energy, as I mentioned before. Just staying focused and connected to source, because that's powerful energy. It's blocking, it's on that shield, so it's shielding you from any negative energy on your path trying to get in your way. And then his sword is golden as well, so it will strike they asses down if they don't give you 50 feet, for real. So you don't have anything to worry about. Just go swinging, like slay, baby, slay. And he's looking at it like, yeah, I got a weapon and I know how to use it. Because no weapon formed against you shall prosper, right? You are a Lord and a conqueror. Can I get a witness up in here from my Kirk Franklin folks? But seriously, y'all, that's what I gather from this, which is very powerful. Let's woosah. Take a deep breath. A few deep breaths. So to briefly recap, and if you're wondering which way to go, and if you don't receive anything else from this reading, then receive this. Are you ready? Pay attention now. You are on a spiritual journey of enlightenment. The path you choose to take is all yours, and no one, nor no thing, can stop or block what's meant for you, but you. Did you hear me? No one, nor no thing, can stop or block what's meant for you, but you. You are the captain of your soul, master of your fate, and co-creator of your destiny. Your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides are here to help you, but it's up to you to call on them and ask for guidance or help. They're patiently waiting on your call, seriously. My angels, ancestors, and spirit guides have given you guidance in the form of this video as well. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. The greater lesson of all, and what you will hopefully not get tired of hearing me say, is spread love and light, and everything will be all right. Until next time, keep the peace.